Okay, so what is today? Happy Wednesday. Okay. As you can see, the title is Black Cat Energy is a language. You're probably like, oh, gee, what does that mean? We don't necessarily talk about Black Cat Energy over here because of the fact of Black Cat Energy is Lilith energy. Okay. The girls be trying to put their own little twist on it and all these little things. Like I said, a lot of people be trying to create verbiage that's already been created. They be trying to create groups that's already been formulated. You creating shit that's already here. Hi, Pookie. Um, I told you I'm gonna do better on that. You know your girl loves pink. You know your girl loves pink. I did a real quick. Let's talk real quick. So I did a Sheen order and it finally came. I stopped worrying about how long it's gonna take. Bitch, just bring me my shit. But I was realizing that I told you I don't have a lot of like tell me why you thought. Tell me why you thought. Cause girl, you felt it too. Bullshit in the air. Let me call it. Call a spade a spade. Okay. But I realized that when I go out, I don't have enough going out like airing clothes. Like I don't have an in between. You know what I'm saying? And I realized that if I take all my, I don't invest in myself. I don't really care. I just need to run in here, get something real quick, clothes out, and replace them with clothes that are just cute. Even if I didn't really care. I just needed to, you know, um go somewhere clothes, then we'll be fine. So this is a top and it comes with the skirt. I'm wearing it and it's a nice cute skirt. It's a pink, it's a two-piece set. And of course you could probably pair it with sandals or you could pair it with tennis shoes, but I got a lot more of those type of outfits because I mean, let's just be honest. I live a Valley Girl's dream at this point, okay, baby? So I want to make sure that everything aligns. So I either have everything that's too dressy or it's errands. And so I want to make sure that I'm in my errand era. And also, the girl is getting on her fitness journey. I'm going to do a YouTube. I'm gonna do a YouTube about my journey. I might do it on TikTok. We'll see. But I do want to actually like vlog this journey because this is not just gonna be a journey about like, oh, I'm gonna just start working out or doing these little like 7-day challenges or 75 hard, 75 soft. Not really fucking with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really fucking with any of that. I really just want to just enjoy the journey and enjoy how it made me feel and what I did to glow up with my health and my physical. Some people be like, oh, you don't need to lose weight. I didn't ask you. It's not about losing weight particularly. It's how I want to look naked and how I want to look in clothes. You dig what I'm trying to say? So that's something that's going into this energy. Okay. Now, as you guys can see, the title is Black Cat Energy is a language. Okay. I told y'all that, and it's kind of, I guess this kind of goes into what I'm talking about because I realize that, people be liking to put their own label on things, and this is going to be quick because I actually got to go get ready. But people like to put their own label on things, which I don't really care for. I feel like if you have to make the sentence or the title fit you, that means that you're 9 times out of 10, you're not under that title. Period. Point blank, period. If you have to adjust a title or a name, you're probably not what that name or the title, you're not the definition of it. If you have to adjust it, you're not the definition of it. Okay. And so one of the things that I'm realizing is that Black Cat energy is universal. Okay. Don't let's not focus too much on the Black Cat thing. Just think about what I'm saying. Dark feminine energy, the feminine energy that keeps you, moving forward in life, because we've realized we don't use dark feminine energy to get revenge. No, 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 no. We don't need revenge. We don't need hater energy. We don't need jealousy energy. We don't need that, okay? That is literally unhealed repression. Like that, literally. So we've learned that. Oh, I'm gonna get to that question. Hold on, let me get my thoughts out. 1 second, okay? We've realized that dark feminine energy helps us move on, men and women. Okay. And I think that It's actually more powerful in a man to utilize his dark feminine energy to move on, because then he won't be so bitter. You know, a lot of men, because certain little key words make them feel like a woman, they really shy away from utilizing their dark feminine energy because it really does turn them bitter. I don't care what y'all say. There is a male loneliness epidemic because men are bitter. Period. Women, I told you, focus on yourself, invest in yourself, do what you need to do, because of the fact of they have to feel like they figured it out. And once they get their minds moving, that dark feminine energy, they learn to move on. See, a lot of men right now are repressing healing and trauma, and what they're taking that dark feminine energy to implement boundaries, they're implementing boundaries towards women that they actually seek and want. The boundaries that they're implementing for were for the women that they didn't need and did not really like. You see what I'm saying? You are setting boundaries for the women you actually really want. Point blank period. Point blank period. And the boundaries that you're setting are not based off of what you truly want. It's based off what you went through. Okay? Black cat energy is a language. I had this epiphany yesterday. You can't hang around friends, family, business, relationships, acquaintances. You can't hang around people that can't accept your black cat energy for you. So many people want to romanticize black feminine energy, dark feminine energy and black cat energy. They want to romanticize it. They want it to be this little lovely thing, and they only want it for it to work in romantic situations. And that's where we're really losing a lot of power and growth. A lot of the world is losing power and growth because they always want to do something in the sense of a relationship of romance. That's why all these women like, oh, I'm single, I'm single, I'm single. A lot of women are single because they cannot bring a relationship in accommodation to their desires. Point blank, period. If you cannot be in a friendship, I'm telling you, it's not going to work. And this is not to say you be in black cat energy to make the friend chase after you or to make the friend the golden retriever. It's not that. It's implementing a certain power that those that are on your frequency are not intimidated by. One of the things I saw, I don't know if I was watching a YouTube or what. I can't remember what I was watching. She was saying like one of the things that she does now that she's healed certain parts of her is that she's okay with silence in between things. So many people fear silence amongst each other because they are giving their mind time to think of the unnecessary possibilities of what the other person is thinking. I don't care to do that anymore. I never really did it, but I have started to do it more. I'm not uncomfortable with silence. Silence doesn't bother me. This is not something triggering for me. I'm silent because I don't have anything to say. And this puts people in the way of, I feel like this puts people in the way of, for them, you put the shift back onto them. Black cat energy is a language. It speaks volume. If you want to know if there's something wrong, that means you'd ask me. But a lot of people don't really want to ask because of the fact that they don't want the answer to possibly be them. They don't want to be perceived a certain way. So then their perception of the situation is now being projected onto the other, which is now allowing them to deflect from the insecurity at hand. Period. Period. So when I tell you that you cannot be in an energy of people with people that don't have black cat energy, like they don't accept your black cat energy, I promise it won't work. It won't work. Black cat energy says, I'm comfortable in my power. I love my power. We're going to learn power. See, Jupiter has been a Gemini. Everybody knows I'm a Gemini rising or whatever. So it hasn't did anything but for me, I'm not going to say for anybody else. Jupiter and Gemini, first of all, Jupiter and Mercury don't like each other because Jupiter always wants to expand and Mercury always wants to catch up. So that's why it's like Mercury already are Mercury always needs a reason. So Jupiter's like, we should move here and this would be a great move. Okay, Mercury's like, I need 6 reasons why. Think about it. Gemini and Virgo. Virgos are overthinker, very over analytical, perfection. And then you got Geminis that are very flighty. At the very moment that some of the facts don't align, they're like, yes, let's go to the next one. So while Jupiter was in Gemini, the collective was hearing these things to expand their knowledge in the way that they speak and all these things that have to do, communication, their thoughts, and just the processing of things. But it was like, I need a 10-page essay of why should I expand my mind like this. Black cat energy, dark feminine energy says, oh, oh no, babe, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna explain in depth why this is the boundary or why this is the reason. You're more than welcome to do what you do, but I don't know. And see, that's me. I live my life like that. When I'm the lead at something at work, I'm always like, well, do make your own decision. You don't need me to tell you in order for you to make a decision. If you feel like that's the best decision for you, by all means do you. I'm not one to pray on your downfall nor congratulate you showing up. I don't care. I believe that we are all individuals. And so my black cat energy comes into play at all aspects of my life. Have I decided to mute it at times? Yes, and I need to stop. Every time I've ever muted my black cat energy, I've regretted it every fucking time. It's like I feel too seen, I feel too vulnerable, but it's like that was the power of my vulnerability. You can't shame me for the shit that I do and what I've said. I don't care. That's the power that I stand. You can make one or two choices. You can fuck with it or you don't have to. And see, the issue behind the world is having these two different decisions puts people in a perspective of, okay, but what if I do fuck with it, but it doesn't resonate with me? Then what? Then you need to move over to that it don't fuck with you. Okay, but what if I don't fuck with it? Now I lose the opportunity of this interaction. Not every interaction you have is valuable to you, honestly and truthfully. Not every interaction, not every encounter, not every person is actually valuable, regardless if they are valuable within themselves. That's why I don't look at what people have. I'm going to give y'all this big thing. What I had this epiphany. I had this epiphany about this guy that I had went on a trip with. This epiphany was the fact of that I felt like he had an underlying obsession of glowing up a woman, or like making sure a woman was at her peak, because seeing her made him feel bigger. And that's normal. That's normal. But the way this was happening, he picked the wrong woman to do that with. I'm not Polly Pocket. I'm not Barbie. Okay? I'm already my energy is very big. The way you're trying to glow me up doesn't make me feel comfortable, because the qualities that I need you to have as a man that I would follow, you don't have. And I peeped. So now that I've peeped it, now this situation is completely not what you think this is going to be. I'm going to give y'all an example. And I started to post this video on TikTok. And I said, I'm explaining it because I have to explain why I'm saying what I'm saying. We went to Sephora because I'm queen of let's go shopping. And I don't give a fuck if it's the little things I need to pick up, the big things. I don't care. We need to go shopping. This is my test to see how you move when I need something. Cool. So we go to Sephora and I'm looking for the one size spray. I didn't really need shit, but this just be how I be testing niggas. Okay, period. Like, I just need to know, is you... My bitches shaking ass with their hand out. Pay up, nigga. Like, the fuck? That's just how my mind works. I don't care. So I go there and I'm like, oh, I need one size, whatever, And so we walking around and I'm realizing I can't find it. And I'm like, so I finally see this lady and I was just like, I was like, oh my God, you're so gorgeous. She was like, you are just beautiful, like drop dead. And I was like, thank you. And she was like, yeah, girl, we don't sell one size in Europe. Whoa, fuck is you saying, La Mama? What do you mean I don't sell in Europe? I said, okay, cool. So we walking around and he goes, oh, have you ever tried Dior lip oil? Like, it's like he was constantly trying to make it seem like he knew a better brand for me. And I was just like, yeah, it's trash. I'm like, who the fuck you been around that uses Dior lip oil? Like, that shit is trash. Like, and I realized that society looks at everyone in a way of being molded. Okay? Black cat energy is a language. It's something, if you don't speak English, you speak Spanish, that means you have to learn it. Yeah, trying to put me on. What the fuck is you saying? Like, what bitch you fuck with that use Dior lip oil? That bitch lips ashy and black. Damn shit is burning your lips. It's literally fried chicken on your lip, like burning them. It's all. It's all. Anywho, so what I realize is that if your first language is Spanish and English is your second language, you not only have to learn the words of English, you have to learn how to utilize it in context. That's why when you go to different Spanish countries, you realize that they speak different types of Spanish. Where you go to the Dominican Republic, you go to Colombia, you go to Mexico, you could say things in universally Spanish, that's the common language, but they all speak it differently. So therefore, you want to make sure that you're being received properly when you speak. People are taking black cat energy in the sense of an action, not a language. So therefore, they're acting in a context that doesn't match the words. Actions and words have to match. And right now, people's dark feminine energies, actions, and their words don't match. So when there's silence, when there's boundaries, when there's acceptance of individualism, people don't know how to do that. So they're talking this type of game, but their actions don't match. So you're talking something that now I done put you in a bright light that you feel seen, that you're not really built like that. You don't really talk the language of black cat energy. When I'm talking about what I like and how I move, and I'm talking about how I like my hair and how I like my nails and how I like to smell and the types of food I like to eat and what I like to do, there's nothing in your mind that should be triggered. I've never heard or never seen a Colombian Spanish speaker get insecure around a Dominican one. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I've never seen someone that speaks Spanish from Mexico. Now, is there some shadiness sometimes of like, oh, you're Latina, or oh, you're Colombian? Yeah. There might be some shadiness, but I've never heard them say, well, your Spanish is trash and your Spanish. If that happens, what does that mean? One of these two aren't aligning. People take black cat energy as an action and wonder why they're in situations that calls for them to be in a very dark place. Diddy is a prime example. Dark feminine energy being utilized as an action and not words is the number one reason that a lot of them now were in cahoots with that whole thing. Let's call a spade a spade. Excuse me, thank you. Let's call a spade a spade. Dark feminine energy being said, and actions instead of being said. That's why they're in cahoots. He said something that made them seem light up. Oh my God. But the actions of the actual purity power didn't align, and that's how they got themselves into shit. I'm not here to tell y'all that the shit that happened is okay. I'm not here to tell y'all that. But I'm trying to tell you that everything goes hand in hand with each other. There's a clip of Diddy and 50, and 50 is explaining, like 50 is explaining the shit that Diddy said to him. I think Diddy was like, I want to take you shopping or something. And 50 was like, the fuck? The fuck? The fuck you just say? And Diddy was like, what you mean? Like, I just wanted to buy him some clothes. And he was like, oh, you think that's hate? You think 50 hate me? That is the delusion behind dark feminine energy actions and words. 50 be like, fuck you. Cat Williams, they be in this energy of like, no. Their actions were that power, that silence, that boundary. It's a no. Okay? Because, girl, I was so confused. Like, how did that go? Like, I was so confused. Okay? So, when we think about this being a language, and I'm telling y'all that this is a language because we are going to go through a time of where Uranus is going to go through Gemini. Now, I'm speaking about astrological events and we'll talk about it in depth as it goes, but I need people to understand how this is going to move. The planet of unpredictability is now going to be in the planet of Mercury. Uranus loves Mercury. You ever heard a bitch with a good comeback? You ever heard a bitch that could read, a bitch that fell? You ever heard a bitch that could eat down with the words? Think about that in a transit. Think about that in a transit. That's exactly what's going to happen. Then we have Saturn moving into Aries, which happens in approximately, I think, like 2 weeks. You're probably like, OG, why does this even matter? Saturn does not like being an Aries. Aries, as an Aries, I'm telling y'all right now, I'm a big stepper. I like to step on my own. I don't like restriction. I told you, anytime I feel restrictive, I feel like something is like relationship that I feel restricted. It don't help that I got Sagittarius placements. It just don't help that I just feel like restriction, it don't add up to me because I'm a free spirit. So the thing about it is Saturn doesn't like being in Aries, but Saturn actually benefits the best in Aries. Why? Because Saturn says, I don't need to punish you for you being free. I want you to be free in a way that is responsible. The world don't understand that. Black cat energy is literally it. Like, that's literally what that's saying. I'm not going to punish you based off my standards. I'm not going to punish you based off my boundaries. There's no type of punishment. It's just you got to handle me with responsibility. Situation has to be handled with responsibility. The circumstances have to be handled with responsibility. And see, a lot of people don't want to be in charge of what it takes to take care of something. People don't want to be responsible. People don't want to be held accountable. Remember, I told you our biggest downfall of society right now is accountability. Black cat energies, borderline. If you ever look up like black cat energy language, I feel like the number one thing that would be in the definition is accountability. Why? Awareness, accountability, wisdom. Black cat energy language. Other people that speak black cat energy, they understand these three dynamics. Why? Because of the fact of once they became aware, they had to realize they had to be accountable. So at the very moment that you wanted to basically ignore the awareness, then you decided to say, I don't want to be accountable. Or you said, fuck the awareness and I'll be accountable for whatever happens through the lack of awareness. And then what else happens is the fact of that the wisdom that you gain from both of them, it puts you in a predicament where you say, look, I'm wise now, I know better, I do better, or shit, now I see why that went that way. Now I see why I did what I did. Now I see the difference. And see, that to me is something that people don't understand that's universal. That's why when you are somebody or you were in something and you not anymore, the way people look down at those people, it just really baffles me. How you look down upon something that you already did. That's why people, I'm telling y'all, that's why people can't stand that's why people can't stand when somebody puts it back in their court to be an individual. Because it's like, oh, so you're accepting that I am basically a shit person? Yeah. You don't want to change me? No. So you don't want to find out the reason why I do? No, I don't. I don't want to figure it out. I don't want to find out. I don't care to dissect it. I don't care to heal you. I don't care to do none of that. I told the girls they need to find a signature look. This one girl said, no, we need to focus on healing. We've been healing for decades. Ain't shit happened yet. At this moment, you need to be focusing on something else. You need to be focusing on something else. If you can't accept that people are the way that they are in life and you just need to maneuver around, that's why people don't like Earth Mama. People don't like Earth Mama. See, I found her when she was, I think, P.S. Love Jolie or some shit like that. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't like the fact that people accept you in your chaos and just choose not to deal with you. Once again, black cat energy is a language. Jupiter in Cancer is going to teach people you need to learn how to speak the language. I never understood how people come to a certain country and get mad that they only speak French or speak Spanish. Or like, it pisses me off when people come to America and they don't speak a lick of fucking English or they don't have a translator. That pisses me off because that's like me going to your country and get mad that y'all all speak Spanish. There is an entitlement to people thinking that we should all be able to speak a universal language. And that to me is sickening, and it needs to stop now. It needs to stop now. There should not be any entitlement for people to have a universal, be bilingual. Thank you. If you're going to come to this country, learn the basics, period. You can't come to another country and be like, well, you guys don't speak any English. This is bullshit. You came over here. You didn't have to come over here fucking with people. You should have stayed where they speak the language that you understand. Point blank, period. And see, that's how this looks. People don't speak black cat energy. And so they're like, you need to speak the language. No, I don't need to speak shit. You came over here. In your eyes, I'm considered enemy territory. Wouldn't you tread light in enemy territory? I need everybody to really focus and think about what I'm saying. Y'all know I have a lot of analogies, but it's the best way to teach so you can literally see proof of it in the world. Black cat energy is a language. It's not just an action, it's a language. Women, you need to only deal with men that can deal with your black cat energy. I don't care. You trying to be a fairy, you trying to be an angel, you trying to be a guy. I need you to flip the switch real fast. A man is your protector, but he needs to have a little bit of fear about you. If he says something off and you look at him and he's a lot of men call those men simps. Every man that calls a man a simp, I want you to ask that man, is his nutsack empty? Do he got a smile on his face? Is his tummy full? And hell, sometimes his tummy's full based off what he cooked, not what you cooked. I want y'all to ask them, how's his business doing? I want y'all to ask the men that y'all call simps how they're doing. Because Jupiter and Cancer, when I tell you, motherfuckers gonna come out with ebooks how to be a simp. Because they realizing them men is winning. They're never lonely. Regardless if y'all think that that woman don't care, whatever, she's in black cat energy. He speaks the language very fluently. He's happy. He's happy. Women's love lives will be better if they learn how to be in relationships that fully accommodate them. There's not a man in this world that service to a woman that is not happy. Because one thing about it is a woman that is poured into with grace is thriving. Thank you. Thriving. If you simping put you in hurtful situations, that's because you lack self-love. And you simp with the woman that didn't even fucking like you. You at least got to know shorty likes you a little bit. You see what I'm saying? You at least got to know shorty likes you a little bit. That's why I realized I can't deal with nobody I don't really like. Their characteristics, if their characteristics are questionable, I don't like you. And I know I don't like you. And this is not going to work. Simple. I don't like you. And I realized I can't deal with that. It's not about dealing with someone that's like 18 times unattractive. If their characteristics about them don't align with the characteristics that I seek in the other human species, I don't like you. I already don't respect you. I literally had, the person that told me about the Dior was like, oh, well, we're both alphas. Hearing you say that already made me realize, no, I'm the alpha, you're the beta, and you're the bitch, and I gotta go. I ain't never had no real alpha male ever tell me no bullshit like that. You just was trying to be with me because of how I looked, and you thought I was slow. That's your problem. That's people's problem. Y'all gonna learn to stop trying to experience people before you end up fucking around in enemy territory. Now you thinking about me for the rest of your fucking life because I basically showed you I ain't one to play with because you want to sit there and play with me. Just because of how I look. Stop being superficial. Stop trying to experience people based off of your trauma suppression. Like literally. Literally, stop. Stop. Stop trying to experience people based off of your healing suppression. You're suppressing the healing that needs to come up. Entitlement has to be dealt with through embarrassments. That's exactly what happened. You fine as hell, though. I know. God did his thing with me. That's one thing I will say about the parents I have. They did that. Those chemical balances balanced. All right, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta get ready. Cause y'all know me. I don't be late no more. I get ready on time, okay? Now, I love you guys. This is a 30-minute video. Please take notes. We'll talk more about it. But honestly, this conversation is kind of very clear. I'll be doing another live. I love this. Oh, wait, hold on. You right. Hold on. Wait. 1 second. You did ask me a question. Hold on. Okay. Why are you fighting? How do I write this? Well, tell the truth. The best way to fix anxiety is to tell the truth. Tell the truth. I don't really think you need to transmute the energy. It seemed like you transmuted enough fighting who you fought. You know? So, that's one thing I will say. Well, that's what I'm saying. Tell the truth. Yeah, I think you transmuted enough by fighting the girl. And if you really want to do it, call the police. I never tell you to, I told y'all, I'm a, you must was in the car with her man or something. But anywho, yeah, I'm a firm believer of taking people's power away. So call the police. Send them to jail. I'm a healed Aries. She called the cops on you. Well, then this seems a little bit deeper than what you're saying, and we are around company. So just message me on the side so we can talk, because I need clarity. It's not adding up from what I'm hearing, but what I'm saying is, send people to jail. I am a revived Aries. I don't fight people. Do I sometimes get a little rowdy at the mouth? Yeah. But in reality, I think I would find more glory into knowing that your ass is sitting in jail. Okay? I've been there. It's not a place you want to go. So, send her to jail. But yeah, send me a message on the side so I can better understand this. Okay? I need better clarity. I need better clarity to give ultimate advice. Can I get your IG? I don't have one. Y'all seen that one girl who sued? Who? Okay, yeah, text me. Girl, I'm telling you. I'm calling the police. That's why I'm telling y'all, the epidemic of people talking when nobody's talking to them is pissing me off. Like, I be wanting to tell people so bad, stop talking to me. Stop, no, dead ass. Don't speak to me. Don't speak on me. Stop talking to me. Seriously. It's really bad. And I think it's funny. Also, oh God, before I go, let me tell y'all this. Hold on, we might have to rush a little bit, but it's okay. We might have to just skip some steps and just whatever. Also, you know what the fuck I meant to tell y'all? I need to talk to God ASAP, because the way people have been touching me, and this girl was next to me, right? Like, no, seriously, Jackie, it has literally been in my mind to tell people, shut the fuck up. Like, why are you talking? Like, nobody's talking to you or around you, and you steady talking. And see, I got a bad habit of ignoring people present. That shit don't bother me. Like, I'll do that shit real fast. If I'm having a conversation with somebody, you butting in, but I wasn't fucking talking to you, I'll ignore you. Wait till you finish talking and finish talking to them, or I never will look your way and address you, because I wasn't fucking talking to you. I'm not fucking talking to you. Jupiter and Cancer, I can feel it. Or you know what? No. God said no. It's the ending of Jupiter and Gemini. It's the energy of Jupiter and Gemini. People's feeling that last bit of information, and the way that they're communicating. People, that's why they're having a lot of outbursts. Like, just talking. Nobody's fucking talking to you. Stop talking. Stop. Like, I've literally wanted to tell people, like, shut the fuck up. Like, I feel like not a lot of people have been told to shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Not a lot of people have been told to shut up. Shut up. And I'm getting to that point now where I'm starting to tell people, shut up. Like, I wasn't. And I look so irritable with people when they do it too. I just be like, because I wasn't talking to you. You weren't being spoken to. Stop talking. I cannot get this out of me enough. But that and the touching thing. Like, me and this girl, we were like together, whatever. And she was like, why do people keep touching you? I said, I don't know. I had to tell this lady 4 times yesterday. And she couldn't help herself. She wanted to touch me. And I was like, please don't touch me. She was like, oh, but I love your hair. Thank you. But as she kept trying to do this. And I was like, stop. And she was like, I'm sorry. And she'd do it again. And she'd be like, I'm sorry. I don't know what it is about my energy. I got to talk to God. I don't know what it is, but I really need to work on this. And I need people to really work on this because it's getting out of hand. Stop. Like, when I tell you most people are right-handed, the percentage of people that is left-handed is kind of, I'm not going to say it's low, but it's not as much as right-handed. This lady literally was holding something with her left hand. I was on her left side. She crossed her arm over her left arm and touched me. The girl said, what the hell? I said, what the hell? I'm going to start telling people, every time you touch me, I'm going to charge you $20. Oh, my package was delivered. Ah! Okay, I got to go. I got to go get ready. I got to go get ready. You know what? Y'all got to understand. You know what problems this is how I know I live a different life now. You know what type of problems I'm having? And it's not really a really big problem, but it's a problem to me. Baby, why? Because because of how my life has been going with work or whatever, and and the fact that I decided to move, why in the world do I need over 60 something nights on my Marriott to maintain my titanium status? These are the type of problems I'm trying to figure out. And the world wants to create chaos and bullshit. Baby, I'm trying to figure out how the fuck am I going to get 60 something nights on Marriott by the end of the year so I don't lose my status. And baby, we're in May and I only have 8 nights. 8 nights. I have to get 60 something nights. These are my type of problems. And people want to be out here being on some bullshit. Leave me alone. I gotta go. I love you guys. I will talk to you later. We'll do this again. Okay? Y'all know, me and YouTube, we're like this. I'm doing much better, and I'm so happy you guys are here. Mwah.